Scores of rioters said they had no interest in looting.
I wasn't there for the robbing, like I was there for revenging it. I'll always remember the day that we had the police and the government scared. But once they were living on the edge, they felt how we felt. They felt threatened by us. That was the best 3 days of my life.
As the riot spread across England, the television pictures gave the impression of mindless criminality. But the findings of our study suggest the picture was more complex. Wherever the disturbances took place, those involved said they felt like they were taking part in anti-police riots.
When we came across a police car, it felt like we hit the jackpot. We smashed it, we petrol bombed it. We thought we'd just kind of violate, just like they violate us. They arrest people for no reason. They stop and check us for no reason. We thought, kind of just get, like I said, get our own back. And that's what we did. We enjoyed it. I felt no guilt, nothing. I know it's only one less police car, but I know when they come back, just seeing their faces, I would love to have seen their faces, to be honest with you.
Obviously, rioters might seek to justify their actions after the event. But familiar themes kept arising, unprompted by our researchers. Rioters repeatedly expressed frustrations about their daily interactions with police. In their words, they felt hassled, bullied, unable to walk down their street without being stopped and searched.
Me and my mum was walking home, my younger brother and a few of his friends who've been in trouble with the police for a while, but they weren't doing anything. They literally just met up in front of my mum's block of flats. The police get out and they question my brother and his friends. And my mum kind of said, well, why do you need to talk to him? What is it that you need to... And they was so disrespectful to my mum. And my mum was polite. She's not a rude woman. And they kind of pushed her aside sort of thing and then pushed me aside. And they took him into the van and they beat him up and broke his nose. Some people would say, oh, because he's a troublemaker, that it is fair, but it's not.
I've seen my friends get beaten up in front of me by the police officer. But what can you do? You can't turn around and say, I'm going to write a statement or I'm going to send off a letter. You never get a reply. Nothing ever gets done about it.
Time and again, the rioters we interviewed complained that police did not treat them as equals. They said officers were rude, impolite, disrespectful. It didn't matter whether they were in Liverpool, London or Birmingham. They felt this was their chance to get their own back.
From my point of view, everyone just wanted to fight with the police. There weren't no looters or anyone robbing or just shops getting smashed up and just any excuse to go wild, really. And then it's people who like being battered by the police and they want payback and things like that.
Police may have been the main target of the riots, but the complaints didn't end there. The scrapping of the education maintenance allowance, the focus of protests last winter, was repeatedly mentioned. It was part of a bigger picture. People we interviewed felt they were getting a raw deal from government. They spoke of youth service closures, rising unemployment and cuts to benefits. Almost half were in education, and some had taken part in the student fee protests.
Did it achieve anything? We had a protest the other day. Did it achieve anything? No. They're going to put the uni fees up. They're going to make it really hard for people to get anywhere in life.
To go from what my sister paid was, I think it was £1,000 in tuition fees. She's 6 years older than me. She paid £1,000. I paid £3,000. And they want 9 now. So you've tripled it once and tripled it again. And you expect everyone to just sit back and take it on the chin.
For them to cut away things like EMA, learning grants, loans, and up university prices makes people resort back to the same thing.
I love this country, however, I hate the people who run it. David Cameron's never experienced a day on the streets or a day just jobless or being on job seekers.
At the time, the consensus was that people were rioting without a cause. But those we spoke to made this much clear. The riots did not happen in a political vacuum.
Of course there was a reason behind it. Why would it all kick off? It wouldn't kick off for no reason.
Four nights of sustained rioting destroyed parts of England's suburbs. The response from police was swift and hard. More than 4,000 people were arrested. They would face harsher than usual sentences. The government's response has been what they have called a war on gangs.
At the heart of all the violence sits the issue of street gangs.
Our research has found no evidence to suggest gangs organised the riots. If anything, the small proportion of gang members who were present behaved in an atypical manner. Across England, postcode rivalries and gang hostilities dissolved for what was effectively a 4-day truce.
You had different areas that had gang-related problems working together. Everyone put their problems away for that week and was able to get along because we had one thing in common, and that was to hurt the government and the police.
No, it wasn't really gang-related. I think on those few nights of the riots, everybody united. I think we all had the same feeling, we all had this common feeling, and we expressed it.
For those whose lives were ruined by the riots, that sense of unity will be hard to fathom. Rioters told us they regretted that parts of their own communities had been destroyed.
I really didn't have to be there. I really didn't have to be there. I've got enough trainers as it is, got enough hats as it is. It didn't really make a difference in my life.
I do feel sorry for the people who had little businesses and that. I felt that was completely wrong. I completely disagree with that.
Like, I could have been setting fire to a house that had babies in there. That's what made me stop. The fact that I didn't want to hurt the innocents. But then, in a way, that was good because as soon as I stopped bricking houses, I went straight into police cars, police officers.
Even when rioters expressed regret, they showed little remorse for their attacks on police.
Setting fire to the car? Nah, I don't feel guilty about it at all. I would do it again, and hopefully there will be riots coming up soon.
Why should I respect them if they don't respect me? For what reason? So yeah, I would do it again. I would do it. I'll probably do it to 2 police cars if I had the opportunity, to be honest with you.
Do you have any regrets?
Yeah, but that did do more damage. I wanted to burn down a police station.